Okay guys, so as you can see from the title, today I am going to show you how to make a track from scratch. And since most of the music I do is progressive house / melodic techno, we are going to focus on that today. And of course, there are 3 different ways we can approach this. I can either go to one of my synthesizers and just start playing around and try to come up with some nice progression or melody or whatever, and then do the track around that. The second option would be to do a drum track to the MPC and or your DAW, whatever you're using, and basically work around drum track, creating bass lines, melodies, and whatever. So basically that way you can lock the genre in quite nicely. Third way would be to freestyle it, just go with the flow, do whatever you like. It's art after all, and usually that way you might end up with some weird genre or electronic music from the experimental side of things. But today, like I said, it's progressive house, melodic techno, if you will, and I don't have anything prepared here. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do it myself. And I will start off with the drum track today. So we will get some nice like backbone for the track, and then we can add up stuff on top of it and end up with some nice track in the end. And I'm going to show you everything, and yeah, let's get on it. I will switch the camera so you can see the screen on MPC, and we will start off by making some kind of beat. Okay, so let's find some nice kick drum for this. And of course I have here my sample collection. I will use that as a starting point. Plenty of drum sounds here that I have saved throughout the years. And once I find kind of a kick drum that I think would suit the track, I will add it to the drum program on the MPC. Yeah, I think that's the first one, and let's get another one just in case. Sometimes I might load like 4 or 5 different kicks that I like, and then just go with the flow and try different things and tweaking the sounds and everything. MPC is quite nice for tweaking the samples afterwards. Okay, now we have 2 kicks. Let's lower the volume a bit because they are quite loud. I like to go with -7 dB to start. Then I can adjust later on. And punching in for the 4 kick drum pattern using the MPC's note repeat. And I think I need to tweak, kill a frequency, and I will use the MPC's kill EQ, which is quite nice for the job, and I can find the problem frequency and lower it a few dBs once it sounds good, I can move on. Always follow your ears. Don't get stuck on routines and patterns that you see. Always go with what you hear and what sounds good. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe raise the tempo a bit. 124 sounds better. And adding the second kick to every second hit, and I will modify the sample a bit, give it a filter, high pass filter, so the low frequencies doesn't overlap. That will bring problems to the mix in the end. Little effects for the second drum as well, to give it some nice variation. And I warned you, I will show you everything, how I do it, so there is trial and error stuff here going on as well. And I will also add a filter gate on top of the delay. And MPC has really nice filter gate that follows the tempo and LFOs and stuff, so you can make quite nice sounding groove using the filter gate. Okay, so let's move on and add a shaker sound, and once again I will dig in deep to the shakers folder. Let's find few good ones. And also lower the volume a bit, and let's find some kind of nice groove for the shaker. I think I need to add some swing to the project as well. Let's put it to 54. Yeah, that's better. Okay, there we have 16th note shaker pattern, and overdubbing on top of that some additional shaker hits. And once again, go with what sounds good. You will know when you hit the right timing and so on. And I will adjust more the samples later on. I will just now focus on the groove, the notes, and how to get the drum track a nice swing. And I will add 2-voice chorus and reverb for the channel as well. And this will affect all the shaker sounds. And always rename your drum programs and tracks. That will pay out in the end. Let's add now some percussive sounds. And once again, I will just try to find some nice groovy hits that should work with the track that we are aiming for. And I will load quite a few of them. We won't necessarily be using all of them, but it gives us more options when finger drumming the sequence away. And some longer samples can be shortened to really short hits, and we can use those quite nicely as well. And I like to use different drum programs for different groups of samples. I know some of you working with MPC or other samplers like to just create one big set of sounds with kicks and hi-hats and claps and whatever all in the same place, so you can finger drum away the whole beat right away. But I think this way is better, because if I'm performing these tracks live, I can easily mute different programs, different groups of sounds, and improvise on the spot track that I have made earlier. Okay, we now have 12 sounds after this. Okay, maybe something. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, 16 sounds. Let's lower the volume a bit. And now let's find some happy accidents. Do a few adjustments for the sounds, of course, if needed. We can come back to these later on, but for now, some small tweaks. Also adjusting the pitch of the sounds to work with the kick drum and hi-hats. And once I have gone through all the sounds in the program or in the kit here, we can start recording and just finger drum away and let MPC quantize the stuff I play. Sometimes you might just record freestyle without any quantizing. It sounds better sometimes. Yeah, that's good. Let's record something like this. it's always good to adjust the levels so that they work nicely, so there is no single sound that is like 3 times louder as the others. Also a few tweaks to panning, pitch, envelope. All of that is good things to adjust. Okay, let's go. Okay, new go. Let's try that again. Yeah, maybe this works. Shortening the sequence to 2 beats. And let's now make second track using the same program that we just did. Okay, so I adjusted the length to 3 beats, so the length of this track is a little bit offset, so that brings quite nice variation to the percussive track here. Yeah, 3 beat. Yeah, that works. Let's give this track a name as well. Funky Bird. And let's do a new program for hi-hats, closed and open hi-hats. Okay, back to the depths of the samples folder. Hi-hat time. Yeah, it's good to have the track playing in the background when you browse through the samples. Once again, you might run into some happy accident. And once again, I will just load quite a few different sounds that I think would suit the track, and we can adjust those later on. that's nasty. We might use that. And once again, let's lower the program volume a bit. And do little tweaks for the samples. Short envelopes always work with percussive sounds. You can get quite nice jacking results with it. And I think the way a sample sounds EQ-wise is really important, but also pitch is super important. It makes everything glued together when the pitch is correct for each sound. Or, I don't know, correct, but, you know, at least so that it works for you. If you like it, I think you will find another person in the world who likes it. Always good. Okay. Then for the open hi-hats, and it's always good just to play around with the sounds. You don't want to just go with the most obvious choice. Go with something groovy, special. Yeah, this is becoming quite housey. Tribal-ish drum track. I think we need to tone it down a bit for the progressive house, melodic techno genre, but let's first make it work and then start adjusting it once we get the bass lines and leads and whatever going on top of the loop. We might even sample something, but let's see. Little phaser, reverb, stuff like that to keep it interesting. and all sounds here will be tweaked a lot more, but we just need to get a good bass going on. And of course we need some claps to make it work. Claps and snares, but let's first pick a few claps. And once again I'm loading quite a few different clap hits, and we can, once we get the arrangement going on and different sequences using these hits and patterns, we can do little variations of the theme. And once again, I think we need some delay. Not too much, but something to keep it interesting. And once again, these settings and effects can be tweaked to live throughout the track when we get to the arrangement side of things. And some reverb and phaser as well. Good combination. Yeah, it's a bit of a cliche to use claps like this, but it works like a charm when you get away from the breakdown. The track rolls again and you unmute the claps. It just works. And let's make that really short, so it's a tacky, short clap sound. And then new track for snares, and we can use the same program. That's always a good one. This is more like a placeholder for this clap and snare sounds to be used with the arrangement. But yeah, I think we finally have quite nice drum track. Yeah, let's save it. And in the next episode, we will tackle this down. Yeah, it's good. It's there. We have our drum track for the song. It might be a little bit too housey even, I think, but we can tone it down a bit when we start adding up elements on top of it. And that will happen in the next episode of this series. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button down below, and also tap the bell icon beside it, because the subscribe button doesn't really do anything. You need to hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. So part 2 coming up, and then we will add some elements on top of this song, and eventually we will end up with some cool song. So see you soon.